Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Techno Talks here. So in front of us today we do have the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. So I'm actually super excited to check this device out because I've heard a lot of good things about the Pixel 9 Pro and about all the things that they've done better compared to last year's 8 Pro. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. I actually went ahead and picked this up from Best Buy. I did have an order through Google, however that's taking way too long, so I couldn't wait any longer, and so I went ahead and picked this up in store. Taking a look at the packaging, we can see the phone right here in the color that you got it. So I do have the hazel color. They also do have porcelain, rose quartz, obsidian, and then the hazel I have here. We do get the Google logo, and other than that, we just get some information on the left side, Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, and on the right, same thing. On the back, they did actually change it up a little bit. It's a different way of opening it. We kind of have to rip these stickers off, if I'm doing this correctly, and then also rip this one off right here. And boom. And then I believe all we have to do is just push this out. All right. And boom. So it's a two-piece package right here. Put that to the side and actually take a look at this one. And then we do get a nice little outline of the phone right here. So opening it up for the first time in 3, 2, 1. Boom. We do get some information in here, but here is the phone. So taking this out. Wow, this looks really nice. I am really loving this camera sensor right here and the way they actually built this device. But putting that to the side and taking a look at what we get, we do get a simple USB-C to C charging cable right here. And then on this side, if I can take it out, we do get some information, and we probably do get a SIM ejection tool, which is right there. So that is good to know. Other than that, nothing else is inside of here, which is to be expected nowadays. We don't really get much inside of these. All right, so taking a look at the main attraction here, let's actually go ahead and open this up. So I believe we have to pull these stickers right here, and then maybe this one right here. Just pull down, and boom. And then here we have the phone. So wow, this is feeling really nice. Again, this is going to be the hazel color. It does look a little more gray, and then I believe it has a very light hint of green on it. But again, this is probably my favorite color. So while taking a look at this phone, let's quickly talk about it. The price has increased compared to last year's 8 Pro. This does go for $1,100 at the starting price. The 9 Pro, the smaller version of this one right here, does go for $1,000. So they've all increased by $100. I don't know if there is a $100 upgrade, but looks wise, there definitely is a big upgrade. Compared to the 8 Pro, which I have right here, I am definitely loving the look of the 9 Pro XL a lot better. The side rails are flatter now. We still do get aluminum side rails. They do have a shiny hint to them. They're not matte, unlike, let's say, the iPhone 15 series. But again, this does still look really nice and beautiful. It does resemble the iPhone, but that is not a bad thing. I do really like how this feels in the hand. Other than that, we did get a change on the camera lens right here. It does not wrap around the whole body of the phone. I honestly think this is a lot better. It does sit flat just like the previous version because it is an even bar, pill-shaped bar going through the back of the phone. We do get the Google logo back here, and we do have a matte finish on the Gorilla Glass Victus 2. On the front, we also do have Gorilla Glass Victus 2, so it is very nice and durable. It is scratch resistant and also shatter resistant. Powering it on, the button feels really nice. I've always liked how Google makes their buttons. They feel very nice and premium, and just like the 8 Pro, the 9 Pro does feel very nice. I'm not sure if you saw that, but there was a Gemini logo right there, and that is to indicate the features or the AI features that they are pushing this year. On the bottom, we do get our USB-C charging port cutout, our speaker grill, and our SIM tray. So we still do keep our SIM cards, or physical SIM cards, something that I hated on the 15 series. And so that's nice that we have that. We do get 37 watts of fast charging, so they have increased the fast charging. Pixels have always been known for the slow charging. I really didn't like how my Pixel 8 Pro charged up, and so it's good to see that we have an upgrade right here. Other than that, our buttons are placed on the right side, so we haven't changed that up, but overall this phone does look like a brand new phone. It does look a lot better than the Pixel 8 Pro in my opinion. I'm not sure, I'll put them side by side. Just go ahead and comment down below which one you think looks better, but honestly the Pixel 9 Pro definitely has the better look in my opinion. So now that our phone is powered on, we do have our setup screen right here. Welcome to your Pixel. So let's go ahead and continue. You can set up using another device, so I will actually go ahead and connect it to my Pixel 8 Pro right here to transfer all the data I have on there and set this device up. So all we have to do is scan the QR code. All right, so while going through the setup, we are now on the fingerprint unlock. So the fingerprint sensor has actually changed this year. We do have an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, which is actually the one that the Samsung Galaxy S series has been using for a couple of years now. It's more secure, it's faster, and it just works a lot better than the optical one, which we had on the Pixel 8 series, the 7 series, and the 6 series. So let's actually go ahead and set this up. So all we have to do is touch and hold the fingerprint sensor. So we'll go ahead and do that. The haptics do feel very nice when typing on the keyboard. That is something I noticed while going through the setup process so far. And so honestly, this is feeling like a very nice Pixel device this year. And boom, so that is it. So we also do have our face unlock. This is a 2D scan. This isn't as secure as what we have on the iPhones, the Face ID, and it's not like the one on the Pixel 4 series where we had a very secure 3D scan on those as well. We only do have a 2D scan. How to set up, so let's go and click start. And boom, very nice and simple. So it's now asking to copy data from your Android device. It is connected to my 8 Pro right here. So I will go ahead and click next on that. And now it's scanning through my Pixel 8 Pro to see the apps that I can copy. All right, so it's scanned through the phone and now we can see the ways to copy our apps and everything else on the phone. So in Express, it does it in about 15 minutes and then it just copies basically everything. And then we can also customize. I will go ahead and do Express, but just for the sake of it, I do want to check out how Customize works. Basically on Customize, you can choose every single one of your app. You can choose your photos and videos, your music, messages, device settings, call history. You can choose all of these and you can choose which ones you don't want on there. So I'll go ahead and go back and choose Express for this. All right, so we now have this new page on the setup screen. This is going to be about all the AI features. So it's talking about Gemini, Circle to Search, Add Me, Screenshot Studio. These will all be things that I do check out in my review video. So stay tuned for that one. All right, so now that we selected the apps or whatever you want it to do, it'll now start copying. It says about 9 minutes left. So I'll go and wait for this and get back to y'all once this is done. All right, we are now done. So let's go ahead and swipe up to go home. So as you can see, all of my apps are here. All my settings have transferred, but let me go ahead and quickly change that wallpaper. Here is now a wallpaper from the Pixel 9 series, which is looking really nice. So once again, that setup process was really nice. So let's go ahead and talk a little more about this device. I do want to once again go through the specs. So this does have the Tensor G4 chipset, and we also do get 16 gigabytes of RAM. As for the cameras, we do have a 50 megapixel wide angle camera, a 48 megapixel ultra wide, and a 48 megapixel 5x telephoto camera. For the selfies, we do get a 42 megapixel selfie camera, and I am hearing that the selfie camera on the Pixel 9 Pro has been very good. For the battery of this device, we do have a 5060 milliamp hour battery, so just a tad bit bigger than most other competitors, which go usually with 5000. And we do get 37 watts of fast wireless charging, so an increase in the charging speed. All right, hopping into our settings and actually talking a little more about this display. So we do get a very beautiful display. We get a peak brightness of 3000 nits, which is super high and better than my S24 Ultra and my iPhone 15 Pro. However, this doesn't have anything like the anti-glare, so I will have to use this for a couple of days to actually understand how that is going to work. As for the display size, we do have a 6.8 inch display, which is more than enough, and it does feel very nice. Down at the bottom, we do have some settings about our smooth display. So this does have a variable refresh rate of 1 to 120 Hertz. So it does go all the way down to 1 when you're not using the display, for example, right now, and it does go up to 120 Hertz when you're using that display. So that is going to be the most efficient way to keep that battery up. We also do have a nice little setting about the screen resolution. So it is currently on the high resolution, which is going to be 1008 by 2244. However, I do want to go to that full resolution of 1344 by 2992. So that is going to be set default at the high resolution, but I would recommend going up to full resolution if you do want to get the most out of this display. However, if you do care a little more about that battery life, which once again I will have to test out how it works between the full resolution and the high resolution, you might want to stay on the high resolution. We also do have some screen timeout settings. Usually I do keep this at the highest, and then there is also the screen attention mode, which prevents your screen from turning off if you're looking at it. If you do want to turn that on, you can keep it on. I guess it'll use your selfie camera to actually monitor your face and your eyes. I'd rather just keep that off for now. We do get some night light settings. We do have a color setting, so natural or adaptive. I'm going to go ahead and go into natural. This does help a little more when you're editing photos on your phone. It just keeps the look more natural. Moving on to our battery settings, we do get some stuff about our battery usage, battery saving, adaptive charging. So this will basically reduce the charging speeds when you're charging at night. I usually keep this off because during the day sometimes it does mess up and it does take a little too long when charging when I really need that battery. We do have our battery percentage. You can turn that on or off. I'll keep it on to be able to see. And then we also do have our battery share. So basically if you do place wireless devices on the back of your phone, like another phone, earbuds, or a smartwatch, for example, you can go ahead and charge that with this phone. Other than that, not really much else on the settings. So again, there are many new AI features, but that will mainly be in my review video of this phone once I do get to use this for a couple more days. So I am currently using the S24 Ultra as my main phone, maybe up until the 16 Pro comes out, which I will be switching to. But for now, I am going to be switching to the Pixel 9 Pro XL. I do want to see which one is going to be the better Android phone this year. So far, the S24 Ultra has been the best all-rounder for me, and this has been the phone with my SIM card in it the most. But again, we will have to see how the Pixel 9 Pro XL handles. Again, I've heard many things about this phone that have all been great, so I do think that this phone is capable of handling many of those tasks that I do with the S24 Ultra. So now let's go ahead and hop into our camera real quick. We do want to talk a little more about those video settings. So if we do go into video, we do have our 4K 60 frames per second, 30 frames per second, 24. You can probably go down to 1080p or full HD. We do have some HDR settings, which you can't turn on if you do have 60 frames per second on, but I'll go ahead and keep 60 on. We do have some video stabilization. We have our macro, our speech enhancement. We also do have this video boost feature right here. So basically once you record your video, it does send it to Google servers to actually boost that video up when you're on Wi-Fi. So it does take a little longer, but again, it does boost it. And I've seen some examples of it where it does look really good. Other than that, on our photos, we can obviously change the megapixel count. I'm not sure where that is. It is currently saying 12 megapixels, maybe in the pro settings. Yep, right there. You can change it to 50 megapixels. This will take a little longer to take that phone and process it, as you can see right there. But again, if you do want to get the higher resolution picture, that is the setting to use. Also with our 12 megapixel, the shutter speed does seem pretty good. It's a little slow, but it's still really good compared to last year. And now for our video settings on the selfie camera, once again, we do get 4K 60 frames per second. And if we do hop into our photo, we can't mess with our megapixel count. But again, it does have a 42 megapixel camera, so that probably just bins it down to 12 megapixels, and you still do get a very high resolution. Last but not least, I do want to try out that fingerprint sensor. So let's go ahead and actually test it out. Boom. Very nice and quick. As you can see, I'm barely touching it and it automatically just registers my fingerprint. The screen off. Once again, it registers it perfectly. If we do the face unlock, boom. Once again, that works perfectly as well. So I am noticing that it's getting a little hot right now. However, I am currently downloading all of my apps. I'm getting all my settings onto here, and I just went through the setup process of this device. So it still does feel very normal. It's not as hot as my Pixel 8 Pro would get. The 8 Pro, I did have a lot of heating issues with this as well, especially when I'm outside. This did get really hot. So far, the Pixel 9 Pro does feel very normal in the hand, but again, I will have to use this a little more, and I will talk more about those in my review video. So that will basically wrap it up for this video. As always, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one.